Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. Halftime is over with, and we are on to the third quarter on this Friday morning before Memorial Day weekend. A big thank you to all of you who have served, are continuing to serve, and those who are no longer with us that have also served. Thank you as we remember that on this Memorial Day weekend. And we're going to do some local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center here in just a skosh. We'll do AGM Automotive Pump the Brakes Full Throttle a little bit before that, so whatever before a skosh is. And then whatever before that is Cream of the Crop, which is now. Let's do a little Cream of the Crop, Brandon. What you got? Well, I got to turn on your right mic. I don't know why I keep going to 4 for you. You're on 3.
Am I allowed to talk now?
You are.
Okay, good. Well, I was prepared to come in here and present this prestigious award to Jake Bowers. However,
we could do multiple ones.
So Jake Bowers, who I don't have the numbers right now in front of me, but the on-base streak is up to like 20 games, hit streak about half of that. I mean, he is someone that if you've been listening to this show for a minute, you know earlier on in his Brewers tenure, I was not a fan of.
Right.
Yes. I just didn't see the number. I didn't see the rationale in keeping him around. The numbers weren't there, and you'd hear the team say, "Oh no, we think there's more in there." It's like, okay, well, this guy's getting a little older. Like, why stick with him?
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to this point now where he is a very important part of this team as a hitter, but also obviously playing defense, first base. Sprinkled him in a little bit more in left field, which to get that bat in the lineup, you can understand. But yeah, so I'm going to go Jake Bowers, and then in light of yesterday's news, I also have to put Kyle Busch into this as well. I mean, we kind of discussed it a little bit last hour, but just a tremendous loss. Like just one of the, definitely just one of the kind of the flashpoints of the sport of NASCAR over the last 20 years, and just it's just there's no other way to say it. It's just a terrible loss.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I was going to throw that under. I'm going to go with a couple of them. First off, my Cream of the Crop, we've mentioned him a couple times, but it's such a cool story, and it's life-changing. Ty from Slab Factory, Cream of the Crop with that. And then it is Memorial Day weekend. Cream of the Crop is all those who have served and continue to serve and such. So we've got some good Cream of the Crops.
We do.
Definitely out there.
Yeah.
So. All right. You ready? You want to do, should we do some Pump the Brakes Full Throttle first? Let's do some AJM Automotive Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. Jacob Mizrowski, right now, you take him over Paul Skeens. Coming in hot.
It's coming in hot. I'm still going to pump the brakes on that. I know.
You're not a Brewers fan.
I know. But these guys are running 1A, 1B-ish, but Paul, I think, Paul Skeens still just has a little bit more of a track record. I would still take Skeens, but it's honestly, it's closer than, maybe we thought it would be like a year ago.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair. That's fair. I'd probably I'm tapping the brakes. I'm coming to a yield maybe a little bit.
You're covering the brakes, so you got your foot there. Yes. You got your foot there, like you're ready in case like a squirrel jumps out. But
and maybe I'm that annoying driver on the highway where it's like the back lights are just kind of going on and on, like just doing that slow step there. But it's getting close though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's getting really, really close. So, but man, he's fun to watch. Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. Kyle Harrison's between Kyle Harrison and Jacob Mizrowski, the Brewers have a top 5 duo at starting pitcher right now.
Right now, Full Throttle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because the thing is, like, as much as some people may think this kind of came out of nowhere, these were two guys that were like celebrated prospects. So it's not like they're getting this is happening from some randos.
Right.
Like Kyle Harrison was a top 100 prospect. When he at one point, like, and it just maybe took the right organization to be able to unlock that. Like, I don't think what we're seeing right now is fluky. Now, whether that continues is another question. But this does give a pair of legitimate top-of-the-rotation pitchers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to say, full throttle. Full throttle on that. I definitely think you look at those two, and it's hard to argue with the numbers with what they're doing here. So, yeah, full throttle, baby. Full throttle. Let's go pump the brakes. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm choking up a little bit here. Pump the brakes, full throttle. Sweeping the Cubs was more important than winning this upcoming series against the Dodgers.
Full throttle. Division games just matter more, especially with a team in the Cubs that you feel like is going to be there battling with you at the end.
Mm-hmm.
To do it right away at the start of the year, to do it at Wrigley, and to do it in the fashion they did it.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things, I would say, if the Brewers lost this series this weekend to the Dodgers, as long as they don't get swept, that would be a bummer. But if they lost 2 or 3 to the Dodgers, I don't think that would do anything to kind of cast a shadow over what happened, earlier this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. I agree with you 100%. So it's division games. Those are the big ones. And here's the thing. We swept the Cubs last year. We don't want to sweep them again, or the Dodgers last year. We don't want to. We don't want to sweep them. Let's just win a series.
LA.
Yeah, let's just win a series maybe, and then we'll move on from there. Superstitious, little stitious. So, pump the brakes, full throttle. With their Game 2 win last night, the Knicks are off to the NBA Finals.
I'm going to say a full throttle. It's been pretty impressive these first couple games.
Mm-hmm.
They've definitely carried over the momentum from the series with the Sixers.
Yep.
And you always kind of wonder, when a team like the Cavs wins their series, in 7 games the way they did, okay, is there an immediate kind of carryover from their series? And right now the Knicks have just been better.
Yeah.
They have, that's one where it's trending being over sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I think I don't think they're going to sweep. I think the Cavs,
gentleman sweep.
Yeah, probably
maybe the Cavs get one at home.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to go there, and then it's going to become unbearable with the Knicks in the NBA Finals with Celebrity Row and that. But that might be a good. I'm going to hold that thought. Okay, podcast idea. I'll probably forget it in 5 minutes. So
okay,
but all right, pump the brakes, full throttle. Nope, scratch that. I was going to do a pick one, but I'm going to wait till the back end of this. So, pump the brakes, full throttle. You actually believe Aaron Rodgers is done after this year?
I do. I will say full throttle. I do think this is it. And it's not even it's well, why do you believe that? It's not even so much that Aaron Rodgers said it. It's just I look at circumstances,
mm-hmm.
and it's just why would you play beyond this year?
Yeah,
it's time. He wants to go one more year. That's fine. Reuniting with half that organization, having Green Bay connections now, that's fine. And we'll see what comes of that. But no, this is it.
Mm-hmm. I 100% full throttle. I think this is it. I think this is going to be it's going to be the end of his career. I think the fact that he has said stuff and put it out there, and it's been a little bit different. And that, I know he said a few years ago he doesn't want a farewell tour. Well, now saying it is kind of a farewell tour, but at the same time, I think you have to address it when you take this long.
Otherwise, it's just a question that's going to be asked. I think,
mm-hmm.
You have to, if you just nip it in the bud right away and say, hey, look, this is the last year, then the next time he talks, it's not going to be well, what are you thinking? This is going to be, and there doesn't necessarily have to be a Derek Jeter farewell tour where every time he goes somewhere, he's getting something kind of a thing. And there's this big show of things.
Yep. I would agree. So I do think it's going to be his final year, and we'll see how it kind of plays out. But I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to it. Now, I don't know what would be a comp for you, because I did throw this question out earlier in the week to Packers fans. Knowing that it is Rodgers' final year, are you going to pay attention more to Steelers games and kind of just follow along, which I'm going to, sort of thing. I don't know what that comp would be for you. Even maybe baseball-wise?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I'm not trying to knock your Vikings. I just think,
I just don't know if off the top of my head I can think of a comparable.
Right. But I think it's natural just to kind of follow along and pay attention to it, right? I mean, that's so. But Well, we got plenty of football predictions we'll get to.
When that time comes.
Way down the road. So pump the brakes, full throttle with the NFL expanding their international slates. Do you think eventually we're going to get to 16 games, 16, 17 games, where it's almost every week we've got an international game in the NFL?
I'm going to say pump the brakes, but I do think that the NFL would want to do that. I just think at some point the logistics of that are very difficult. Like, I mean, the NFL has, without, apologizing, has said, like, hey, we want to grow, we want to grow the, they say they want to grow the game, but let's be real. They want money. Mm-hmm. They want money, and they're getting money by going to these different places. And yeah, it can grow the game, but also like they're doing what they can to maximize their earning possibilities. Mm-hmm. I think at some point, though, you kind of exceed the carrying capacity a little bit, where it's like you can only do so much. And like you can't just have a game every week. This week we have a game in China. Next week we have a game in India. That kind of stuff. Like the human body can't do that.
Right.
Like, and as much as the NFL wants to say they care about player safety, that's something I still very much question with some of the things they do. But I could see them wanting to push that envelope. I just think that's going to be difficult to do.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to push for even having an international team somehow. I don't know if it'll be in our lifetime or in the next 10, 15 years or so. There's got to be, I would think the owners at some point are going to be some pushback.
Right.
But what if there is a big overseas type of owner that comes in? Because if you're going to expand, you got to do two. You can't do one.
Right.
You got to do two teams. Make it even. Right. We don't want that odd number.
No.
Floated out there.
But even so, like they're at 32. They're at like the best number. They're at the divisible number.
And I don't see a team moving.
Right.
It's not the Jaguars anymore. That was always kind of the joke that would be the team to do it. So yeah, I don't. It's not going to be the Bears for all their. Boy.
Kevin Warren has finally found a place to get his everything he was looking for in the stadium, and it's London.
I did see somebody say this. I don't buy this. Somebody said on social media, if the Bears move to Indiana, then they can't talk about 85 anymore because it's an OKC Thunder. And I don't know if I buy that.
I wouldn't agree with that.
That's different.
No, I wouldn't agree with that.
I mean, to me, somebody had asked me this. To me, if they move to Indiana, I look at it from the whole, well, the Jets and Giants aren't in New York.
They're in New Jersey. I just think it would be fun to make fun of Bears fans about.
Mm-hmm. Now, on the flip side, if the Packers moved out of Green Bay, even if it was to Milwaukee, I would not like that. Because I think it's just I've attached Green Bay to the Packers. Don't get technical on me that Ashwaubenon with the address, okay? Now we're getting nitpicky here.
Ashwaubenon Packers.
But you know what I mean? Like, so I get it from I'd be curious to hear from a Bears fan if it moves to India. Does it take away from, because it is a very historic franchise.
Right.
Does it take away at all? Because I think if Green Bay moved down an hour to Milwaukee, I think it takes a hit on the legacy.
Right. And I think that a lot of Bears fans probably, when you think of Chicago Bears, you think of, Chicago blue collar, like, hey, that's our that's our town, that's our team kind of a thing. And like when then suddenly if you're playing in Hammond, Indiana, like, does that change things a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pump the brakes, full throttle. We go into the draft in 2028.
Full throttle.
We got to go to your area now after you went to my area in Green Bay.
We're gonna have to find a comparable bowling alley.
Hey, I know one in River Falls.
Yeah, I know a bar in Minneapolis that serves hams on tap. So we got that going for us.
I don't think it's quite hit yet. I'm like because I think you and I both thought that this might have been it for Green Bay.
And I thought Minneapolis would get it. I just thought it might take a little more time.
Yeah, this is quick.
I
don't know if I'm ready though, dude.
But we're gonna have. Because I've already had some other friends reaching out too, but I'm like, no, I want it. And Yeah.
We got a tradition that we kind of have to add, don't we?
We're going to have to figure some things out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we will, though.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get her done. But it's, definitely I did not expect this.
No, not this quick.
Not this quick.
I mean, it's going to be 2 years apart.
I still feel like we're recovering from Green Bay.
Or 3 years apart, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25 and then 28. I mean, we had 10 years from Chicago to Green Bay. So.
Oh, my gosh, it's Dan Casper from the Dan Casper Show on Sports Talk.
Stop. You're not doing that.
If I had a nickel for every time I referred to you as Dan Casper from the Dan Casper Show on Sports Talk 105.1, 790 AM that night, I would be eating nickel soup.
Oh. All right, that is your AGM Automotive Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. What? Oh, you're just giving me a look like I forgot something.
That's just how I normally look.
Okay. Just making sure. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back after these few words. Summer is almost here, and that means it is time to hit the road in something that you love. At Toyson Ford, you will find a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles ready for every adventure. Looking for power, comfort, reliability? They've got it all, backed by a team that's committed to making your car buying experience easy and stress-free. So whether it's a weekend getaway or your daily drive, make sure that you are riding in style this summer. Toyson Ford in Chippewa Falls, where your next journey begins. Don't forget, speaking of Toyson Ford, the Eau Claire Express season begins on Monday. They're going to be taking on the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. But hard. I don't know. It's still kind of hard to believe for me, Brandon, that we got Express baseball starting up here in a couple days already. So
yeah.
But we've got Tailgate Thursdays, something new that we're going to be doing with the program. So first one's going to be on June 11th. About 5:30, we'll tailgate little tailgate before that Express game. You can see the Thursdays by going to our website, sportstalk1051.com, and clicking on the Tailgate Thursdays icon there. And then on Tuesday, it is Midwest Family Broadcasting Night, and going to be giving away some of those magnets. So, all right, ready to do it? Let's do some local sports roundup, brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. Which bracket do you got? It looks like a softball bracket you got up first.
Sure,
Division
yeah.
One.
We've got the full pairings now for the softball postseason, which actually started last night. So with some regional quarterfinal action, I believe, in Divisions 2 through 5.
Okay.
So we can start in Division 1, though, where they get underway next week because they go right into the regional semis. Because the sections are a little bit bigger. So
gotcha.
But most notably in Division 1, Chippewa Falls, a 2 seed. They got a bye to the regional finals, which is next Thursday, and they'll be taking on the winner of New Richmond and Eau Claire North. Some other notable D1 matchups. You go Eau Claire Memorial is the 11 seed, making the trip down Alaska. You've got Hudson as the 4 seed. They'll be hosting number 13 Superior. Menominee, the 8 seed, they'll be taking on River Falls. That's an 8-9 matchup. The winner there will go to face Toma, which is the top seed there. So that sectional final, all sectional finals are set for June 4th, which is Thursday, 2 weeks from yesterday. And that'll be actually hosted by Chippewa Falls at Casper Park. So Division 2. Baldwin Woodville, 1 seed. In that section, in this section, not a big surprise there. They're always strong.
Right.
Altoona, excuse me. Ugh.
Altoona.
I don't know why I called it Altoona.
Because we're all tuna.
Yeah. We're all Bill Parcells.
All big tuna.
Altoona, the 4 seed, they'll be hosting La Crosse Logan. Otherwise, St. Croix Central won one of the first round games. They beat Rice Lake last night, so they'll be taking on Somerset, who is the 2 seed. Mm-hmm. Your Medford Raiders, they're a 1 seed as well. They'll be taking on Ashland.
Yep. I know Medford softball. I know they just a few days ago beat Fall Creek, I believe, too.
Yes,
So,
no, they're having a great season. So keeping our buddy Matt Fry plenty busy. So in Division 3, this is one that's I'll be keeping a close eye on. You got Stanley Boyd. They're a 1 seed. Mm-hmm. They'll be taking on Neilsville Grant after they scored the walk-off win last night over Elk Mound. Otherwise, in that section, you got Arcadia as the 2 seed. They'll be taking on Fall Creek after they knocked off Loyal Greenwood last night. Prescott, Tomahawk, that's your 3-6 matchup. Bloomer is the 4 seed. They'll be taking on Durand, Arkansas. Winner of that matchup, likely meeting Stanley Boyd in the regional final. And the interesting thing about that half of the sectional is you got 3 state-ranked teams, the top 3 seeds. Stanley Boyd, Arcadia, and Prescott all ranked highly in the softball coaches Max Prep state poll. So that's kind of you got a pretty loaded or half section there. Plus you got a Bloomer team who's won a bunch of games this year, has picked up some big wins, including beating McDonald last week. So that's a powerful half of that section. You got up top, you got Spooner. They're the 1 seed up there. St. Croix Falls, number 2. Those are the top 2 teams in the Heart of North this year. So that sectional final is set for Cumberland. Division 4. You've got McDonald. They're the 1 seed. They'll be taking Regis after Regis picked up, I believe, their first win of the year, but they knocked off Cadott last night in the regional quarterfinals. So the Ramblers now, they'll advance. They'll be taking on McDonald. Augusta, who's had a fantastic year this year, and a team that's really faced a lot of high-caliber teams. They've played McDonald. They played Colfax. They've played Blair Taylor. They played a lot of the best teams you're going to see in this area. They're the 2 seed. They're, I believe, the large Dairyland champions. They'll be taking on Mondovi. Colfax, 3 seed. Conference co-champions in the Dunn St. Croix with Boyceville, I believe. Okay. They'll be taking on Osseo, Fairchild, Levistrom, Spring Valley, the 4-5. Up top, you got Grantsburg. They're the 1 seed. They're back in Division 4 the last few years. They've been in Division 3 battling, and they're, I believe, still undefeated. I mean, they're an absolute. I mean, that's one of those programs every year that when you get to this time of year in softball, they're a prime contender, and that's the case again as well with Boyceville, the aforementioned Bulldogs. They're the number 2 seed in that same half of the section. They'll be taking on Clear Lake. So, in that sectional final set for Grantsburg right now. Division 5, bottom half here we got Blair Taylor. They're the 1 seed. They'll be taking on Alma Center Lincoln. Thorpe, the defending sectional champions in that section, as a 4 seed. They'll be taking on Cochrane Fountain City. Gilman's the 2 seed. They got Elmwood Plum City. And the 2-7 matchup in the Independence Gilman and Eau Claire Manual, a couple Dairyland schools, excuse me. That's your 3-6 matchup there. And then up top you got Northwood Sullivan Springs. They're the 1 seed. That sectional final currently set for Blair Taylor, but I mean, a lot of really good teams in this area. Would not be surprised to see about a bunch of those teams I mentioned possibly making a run down to Goodman Diamond. So baseball, we're kind of getting to the end of the regular season here.
Just really quick on softball, I had a quick question. Yeah. Does Gilman still have the same softball head coach as Phelps?
Brett Phelps. Yeah,
okay.
Brett Phelps. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, long-time coach there.
Yep, I was just kind of curious.
Yep, taking him to state a number of times. So, yep, he's still leading the way there for the Pirates, who have had a really solid year. Said they're the 2 seed. So they got a chance to play some home games if they keep winning. So
I was just because between Gilman and Medford, their softball coaches, I think have been there since when I was in high school or school. So yeah. A lot of continuity. So baseball, we're getting to the end near the regular season. As far as regular season stuff goes, still got Hudson atop the Big Rivers Conference. Chippewa Falls is 1 game back in the loss column, but they're actually a game behind. Actually, they're 2 games behind because they'll be playing 3 conference games next week to finish up. They've got 2 with New Richmond. They've also got a game to finish up with River Falls that was suspended due to weather early in the year. So. Cardinals got a busy week coming up here, but I was there last night. They picked up their 20th win of the season, beating Menominee. Hudson and Chippewa Falls both state ranked, both have at least 20 wins. Right now, you could be looking at those as maybe being your top 2 seeds when the Division I baseball pairings come out. Okay.
With Hudson at 1, Chippewa at 2 would be my guess. Chippewa Falls picking up like a couple wins over like Stevens Point. Those are really important when it comes to the conversations that you have for those postseason pairings. But also tonight we're going to figure out how the Western Clover Belt standing shake out. Fall Creek has already clinched at least a share of the conference title. They did so last night with their win over Bloomer. They're a half game up because Elk Mound has to finish up. They got Regis tonight. Elk Mound knocked off Regis 6-4 on Thursday, but they meet again tonight. Elk Mound wins. They share the conference title with Fall Creek. If they lose, it's all Fall Creeks. I believe that's the 3rd straight year that Fall Creek has clinched at least a share of the conference title, if I remember correctly. So obviously a tremendous run for the Crickets. A program that not that long ago actually was had the co-op. I believe it was Black River Falls. So they've made a great comeback, and then that transitions very well into some of the postseason brackets where in Division III, in the bottom, the southern half of that section, you got Fall Creek and Elk Mound. They're the 1 and the 2 seed. So. That with Fall Creek being the 1 and Elk Mound being the 2, a lot of local teams in the mix there. I mean, you got Mondovi as a 6 seed. They're going to be hosting Whitehall. Regis Cadott, that's your 7-10 matchup. McDonald earning a home playoff game. They'll get Osseo. Fairchild, the winner there, would earn the right to move on to play Fall Creek. You got Stanley Boys, a 12 seed, making the trip south to Melrose Medoro. The Owen Withee Thorpe Co-op. They'll be making the trip west to go play Prescott. And then up top there, you got St. Croix Falls and Boyceville as your 1 and your 2 seed as well. And that section is set. Division 2, you've got Rhinelander. Bloomer is a 9 seed taking on Ashland. Whoever wins that game, they'll be going to make the trip to go try to find a hodag up in Rhinelander. So otherwise, Altoona, the 2 seed there, they have got a bye into the regional semifinals. Hayward or Ellsworth, whoever wins that opening round matchup, will be making the trip to Rail Country. So, and then Division 4, around for this area around here, you've got Eau Claire Manual. They're a 1 seed. They'll be taking on either Spring Valley or Augusta. Otherwise, you got Loyal as a 2 seed. Glenwood City is a 3. Gilman is a 4. They'll be hosting Bruce. So that's your 4-5 matchup there. And then up top, Shell Lake is your 1 seed. So, like I said, the Division 1 brackets will be coming out here probably next week. Sometimes that sectional is set for Casper Park and Chippewa Falls.
Okay.
So when that time comes, whoever the final 4 are there, you'll have a chance to see some really good Division 1 action close to home. So otherwise, we've started to have some of the girls soccer postseason brackets trickling out, but I mean those aren't fully out yet. Otherwise, we had track and field conference meets this week. Shout out the Menominee girls track and field team picking up the team championship at Monday's Big Rivers meet at Eau Claire Memorial. New Richmond won the boys. So a lot of those Division 1 teams, they'll be at Menominee on Monday for regionals, and then sectionals, I believe they go to DC Everest, if I remember correctly. So in Western Cloverville on Tuesday, Bloomer sweeping both the boys and the girls. So the Blackhawks brought a couple of conference championships back to Bloomer, and they'll be in regional action. I believe they're at Altoona on Tuesday. Altoona hosts a Division 2-1, and then those teams go up to Rice Lake on Friday. Division 3, a lot of the local teams will be at Colfax on Tuesday, and then they'll be going to Marathon on Friday. So, by this time, next week we'll know who's in sectionals for track and field, and we've got, just so many great athletes around here and teams that could be maybe making a run at a team championship depending on how things fall. But boys golf regular season pretty much finished up yesterday. You had the Big Rivers meet. There were Big Rivers Championships up at Turtleback. Earlier this week, Bloomer put a wrap on their 3rd straight Clover Belt Conference Championship. So as we move into the postseason now, I know a lot of the Division 1 teams will be heading to River Falls for regionals on Tuesday. Cadott hosts a Division 3 regional. And then Division 2 is going down to GET to Trimple Mountain.
Okay.
So, and then a week after that, you have sectionals, and then you got state down in Madison. So, I mean, we're there. We're at that point. Boys tennis, I believe, they've had the Big Rivers Conference meet this week. I believe you got subsectionals and sectionals coming up next week. So we are, the Memorial Day always falls. It can be interesting depending on the time of year it falls or in the schedule. But now we kind of got that extra week in there again, where sometimes you would have like Monday, Thursday track sectionals before Memorial Day, but the last couple of years it's been the week after. So you get a little bit more of a breathing room there. A lot of you can't really do anything on Friday because you have a lot of schools that are doing graduation today.
Oh yeah,
so you really can't plan that for something like that. But it's worked out well. So we're right there.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Brandon Berg with the local sports roundup, brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. Okay, 2 people have mentioned this, and one of them said that you would know it. I don't know who this is. Is it Danhausen?
Danhausen.
Okay, 2 people have mentioned that he cursed the Cavs, and somebody said Brandon knows who he is. So
Danhausen.
Is that a wrestler?
Yes.
Okay.
How do I describe Danhausen?
The fact that a couple people mentioned it now, I figured, I got to say it now.
Because he was on ESPN, and it's a very pro wrestler gimmick where like his gimmick is like, I don't know how to describe it besides like he is like an evil ghoul. He's very entertaining, and he was on ESPN, and I think he had talked about, because I believe he's actually from Detroit.
Okay.
So I think then he kind of joked, they made the joke about, that's kind of his thing. He will do. He will say like he will put quote unquote curses on people.
Okay.
So he put a curse on the Cavaliers.
Got it.
And now, I mean, so far, I mean, it's kind of hard to look at that first game and not say, well, maybe there's something to that. But yes.
All right. Well, okay. So
there we go. I was not walking in here today expecting to reference Danhausen on air, but here we are. But yes.
All right. Hey, we got to take a quick break, and we'll be back to regroup coming up after these few words. Whether you are chasing a championship or you're just trying to stay active, your body deserves the best care. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, they help athletes and non-athletes alike get back to doing what they love. From sports injuries and joint pain to everyday aches, their expert team is here with personalized care every single step of the way. So no matter your level of activity, you do not have to sit on the sidelines. Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, helping you move better, feel better, and live better. Hey, if you got nothing going on tonight, if maybe there is no graduations to go to or such, we've got going on at the Brewing Project tonight at 5 p.m. A little Hawaiian shindig event. The 715 Hawaiian shirt hullabaloo, however you want to. Hula.
Well, I would think hula because, I mean, come on, if we're doing a Hawaiian theme, you know.
Right, yeah. 5 p.m. till dark. Throw on your best or worst Hawaiian shirts and get ready for a night of drink specials, tiki torches, and full-on tropical vibes with grass skirts, leighs all around. Torch Sisters will be there at dusk for a special fire dance. Come hungry because Rolling Smoke will be serving up pulled Hawaiian pulled pork, while Smokestream, El Ganco, and Sweet Roll Truck will be bringing plenty to chomp on. So let's go again tonight. The Brewing Project, downtown Eau Claire, 5 p.m. until dusk, till dark. So Brewers getting set to take on the Dodgers. I want to go back to a little Jake Bauers chat here. I know you mentioned him a little bit, but something I was kind of throwing out there at the beginning of the week. Should Jake Bauers get more time in left field, depending on the pitching matchup, you know, if Andrew Vaughn's play at first, just to keep that battle, sacrifice a little defense to keep Jake Bauers in that lineup?
Yes.
Okay, that was quick.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's that simple. Just because, I mean, this is a team that we're always, I think, going to be wondering about the offense, and especially someone that does bring some power, which when you hit fewer home runs than everybody else in the league, you can always use a little bit more of them. Plus, I mean, the thing is, like, you know, if you're winning, you can always maneuver things around late defensively. Right. So, I would say yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's got to, and it's not, I mean, he's not a big liability, right? I mean, it's obviously there's going to be a difference between Perkins or somebody.
He's not going to be as good as a Perkins or Garrett Mitchell. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a trade-off you're willing to make in the search for more power and more offense.
Right. Yeah, I don't expect him to continue this trend. I mean, it'd be awesome if he finishes the season batting 300. And it kind of surprised me earlier in the week when I was looking at his numbers. He's already matched or like right there compared to his totals from last year.
Right.
I mean, that's how much of a run he's been on.
It's interesting when you look at his numbers because, like, I think this is like his 4th year in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Which, that's jumped up. But, like, he's just incrementally got better. Mm-hmm. Like, we always say development isn't linear. Like, people don't get X amount better every year. But you look at his numbers with the Brewers, and they kind of have. I mean, going back to his first year, he had 202, OPS of 693, so which is below average, especially for a first baseman. And then that was his last year. I take it back. It's only his 3rd year here. But his first year here or in Milwaukee, he hits one. He doesn't even take 200 yet. 199 on base of 300, like 662 OPS, like not great. Like, but then last year he hit 752. I mean, that's solidly above average. I mean, he only had 218 plate appearances, so it's not like he was playing a bunch. Like he's already got 164 plate appearances this year, more doubles than last year, same amount of homers, more RBIs than last year. Like 291, 360 on base, slugging 500, 860 OPS, like. Those are very strong numbers. Like, and Andrew Vaughn is putting up solid numbers too. He's been solid. But he's going to play first base. I know he's played outfield in the past. Absolutely, he should, in no certain terms, play the outfield. And I think he would probably say that too.
Right.
But like Jake Bauers is a better potential option in the outfield, especially because you likely now most of your DH at-bats are probably going to go to Christian Yelich. Like, he might play a little outfield, but like
I think you got to be cautious with the back now,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. I think they're going to. So you have to. Let's put it this way: if there's one spot in the lineup for them to try to maybe go with a bat first guy, this is it. Because we know there's a lot of other places where they don't, where they do prioritize defense. So, yes.
Yeah.
Green flag, green light, thumbs up.
Because Chirio playing in center, I mean, we talk about improvements from a lot of these players. He has vastly improved his outfield play from his rookie year.
Right. Yeah.
And, Frelick and Wright, I mean, that's still...
Yeah, no, you can still cover a lot of ground there. It's not like Jake Bauers is slow. It's not like it's me out in left field. Like he can still catch what he's going to get to, and that's fine.
What does this say about... I know Garrett Mitchell just, had a good play the other day and such, but, I mean, with his limited opportunities, I mean, Blake Perkins is even coming in for him and such. I mean... Is it just, okay, he's not playing the greatest, so he's got to play the hot hand? Should there be a concern about Garrett Mitchell at this point?
I think at this point, just Garrett Mitchell's a useful player, but I'm not sure he's an everyday player like the way he's playing right now. There's things he does that helps the team. I think he's a major league player, but the strikeouts are always going to be the thing we keep an eye on. And, the defense, and I don't have the metrics in front of me to kind of see like how they grade out, but it does seem like the defense hasn't been, quite as good. And I think part of it too is it just seems like he's missed some balls he's gotten to. And that always sticks with you. When you see a guy run a ball down and it's a difficult play and they don't quite make it, you're always kind of like, oh man, you probably should have had that, even though he had to run a long way to get it, kind of a thing. It just seems like it's not quite clicking for him there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then I don't think they're going to send him down for like a Luis Lara, because if you're going to bring up Lara, that means he's got to play, which means then Bowers is going to be on the bench.
Luis Lara, tearing the cover off the ball at AAA and was a minor league Gold Glover last year. But yeah, you're right. Like Luis Lara only gets called up if there's a pathway for him to play every single day. You're not calling him up to have him get 4 at-bats a week and sit on the bench and be a defensive replacement. That's not going to be good for his development. He's only, I think, 21 still. So like you still want him to play everyday. Baseball is a game you play every day. That's how you develop. You don't kind of develop by, sitting in practice and, getting reps there like you do in other sports. You have to play every day.
Right. Yeah. Else it looks like, the Brewers are playing really well. I know it's end of May, but you look at the teams that they have beaten and quality opponents and such. Is it by no accident that we look at this and see, oh, all these guys returned? Chirio, Vaughn, Yelich, and did everything just maybe kind of settle down a little bit?
I think so. And look, that when you have those 3 guys back, suddenly, no disrespect to a guy like a Greg Jones, but like he's not someone you're having to lean on for a couple starts a week. It's just, I think it also probably just settles everybody else down, because if you're Bryce Trang, if you're William Contreras, maybe you're not grinding as much as you had to, because you feel like, okay, I really need to be the producer here, because our offense just isn't at full strength right now. Whereas now it's a bit more of that relay mentality where it's like, look, just run your race, pass the baton to the next guy, let them do the same thing, and that's what this offense has been doing. Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. I didn't realize we had to do one more. We're a little bit behind here. So we got to take one more break, and then we're going to wrap up the third quarter, the third hour. We'll get back to some more baseball talk as we preview this series with the Dodgers starting tonight. We may have to dabble into a little bit of the Cardinals one, too, because we won't be here on Monday. So a lot of baseball talk still coming your way. We'll be right back after these quick words. All right, just a few minutes left to the top of the hour. Don't forget, sign-up is open for the Casper Classic, and I can tell you right now, we are almost already, we're not even to June, sold out of the 10 a.m. So
my group has 8 of them. we have enhanced we have went from 2 groups of 2 groups of 3.
So I think we should just call the 10 a.m. tea time the Brandon Berg.
The Belgian Institute of Technology flight.
Yeah, the BIT flight.
Yeah, we've got one more. I got one more person I gotta get after, because he's gonna be the last one. Because I wanted to do it a divisible number of 3, so that way we can be grouped together, and we've got that. So we've got some new people golfing this year. My mom's golfing this year.
Look at that.
She's gonna be out there.
She's gonna sign autographs for everybody. She wants to. She's got to wear her Brandon's mom jersey when she's golf, so everybody knows who she is, though. Just throwing that out there. You have to Brandon's mom. Yeah. Got to wear the jersey.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it is. And August 7th, so just go to sportstalk1051.com. You'll see the icon right there. Sign up. And we're in the single digits for that 10 a.m.
Yeah, we're getting down to it.
So still got plenty for the 1 p.m. and the Surveyor flight at 7:30. So we've got the Surveyor flights. It's kind of like when we name divisions and conferences. We'll have the Surveyor flight 7:30, the BIT flight at 10. We'll have to who's a usual. Oh, maybe the Carpet City flight because I think Jason always goes into the 1 p.m. Yeah, so
legends and leaders.
Yeah, right. So, don't know what we'd call that 10 a.m. one though with your group. Not really. Well, kind of legends.
I would say more leaders. I mean, Jason's a legend, so we'll go there.
You don't need to suck up to Jason. Get those in because we have sold out every single year. So if you are just interested in sponsoring a hole or donating a raffle prize and such, all proceeds go to help benefit Backyard Dreams. So we would love that. Just reach out if you're interested in that. But just a couple minutes left to the top of the hour here. So we will get to, we haven't really touched on Brewers Dodgers yet to preview it. But we're going to get to that coming up in the next hour. So big series coming to Milwaukee, and we'll dabble a little bit into the Cardinals one too, because with Monday not being in here, we'll take a look, because that's a huge series too the way the Cardinals are playing. So,
and here's the thing I was thinking about too, and I just want to double check. We got a minute.
We got a minute.
With the way the rotation works out, because like really outside of maybe Yamamoto, neither team is really throwing much in the way of like their aces.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for the Brewers that's a good thing, because if you can plan it to have both Harrison and Mizorowski throw against the Cubs and then the Cardinals, to me that's more important than the Dodgers.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And look, and on the Dodgers end, they're coming off a series with the Padres. It's kind of the similar boat.
Ooh, yeah.
Where I'm sure they would prefer having Ohtani lined up for that series versus this one,
right?
Which I mean, it's obviously maybe a bit of a bummer for
fans or
that maybe want to see Ohtani pitch, but you're still going to get to see him hit, and that is
that's the cool thing about it. You get to be able to, because he's going to be hitting for sure. So
hopefully not well, but he will be hitting.
Yep. Or kind of like when I took Hudson, Judge hit a home run, but the Brewers still won. So,
best case scenario.
Best of all worlds. So, all right, shot clock's going to cut us off here in 30 seconds. So we've got some news updates, and we're going to continue to preview this series. Final call, or I guess not really final call, but the final hour if you want to chime in. Hit us up, 715-830-1912, or on that Section 105 chat room on our video stream. So you can join in on the conversation over there. Quick break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes to kick off the final hour after these quick words.